Hey everyone, Steve Hiscoe here, and welcome to our third video in our Unleashing Confidence, the Hiscoe Jiu-Jitsu way. In the following part of the video, you'll see me talking to one of our 10 to 13-year-old classes. I had them do their confidence inventory exercise, and the video is going to show a conversation about moving forward with our SMART exercise. So setting realistic goals. So SMART standing for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Setting goals is a super important thing for kids, and that's what's going to really help them build their confidence, is setting those goals. Being able to see something that we want to achieve and figuring out how we're going to get there. So I tell the kids, and you'll hear it in the video, it's like eating an elephant, one small bite at a time. So the exercise really is finding out what it is that they want to get good at and breaking it down into those smaller pieces. So clearly define what their goal is. What is it exactly do they want to achieve? Is it playing the guitar here at the dojo? Is it doing a specific throw or a specific technique? Achievable. Is it realistic and attainable given the circumstances they find themselves in, right? Relevant. Does it align with what they're trying to do? So if it's here at the dojo and they're trying to do something that's not related, not really sort of, I don't want to say worth that time, but it's not moving them forward towards that goal. Time bound, what's the deadline? How are we going to get there? Maybe if it's a bigger goal, maybe it's breaking that into smaller pieces and giving ourselves a timeline. So maybe in the next 2 weeks, I want to be able to do this and then build on those until we get to that timeline. So again, welcome to our third video, our setting realistic goals in our series of Unleashing Confidence, the Hiscoe Jiu-Jitsu way. If you haven't already, I'd appreciate if you subscribe to our channel, watch the video. I hope that it helps you with your kids, with your teenagers, even with yourself. And like we said, being able to set goals is super important. Okay, so our word for the month was confidence, right? And confidence meant believing in ourselves, believing in our abilities, believing in our judgment, okay? And one of the things that we talked about as well is building competence. So competence leads to confidence. Competence essentially is our talent. What is it that we're good at? And whatever it is that we're good at, it's probably because we worked hard to get there. We tried, we failed, we kept working, we asked for help, we didn't get down on ourselves, we kept trying and trying and trying, and we got good at it. That helps build our confidence. Now, what that does is it should help us build confidence in other parts of our lives as well. Because we can go back and say, you know what, I'm really good at this. I did this and this and this to get good, right? I can do exactly the same thing to get good at this. So maybe it's riding a bike and now it's about jiu-jitsu, or maybe it's swimming and now it's about skiing, right? It doesn't matter what it is. We just need to kind of remember, I got good at this from practice, from not getting down on myself, right? Even though it was hard, I kept going and I didn't quit. And that helps build my confidence. I had you guys do a confidence inventory, all right? So list things that I'm good at. I read all of them and they were all super awesome, okay? So that's great. Now the other thing is I wanted you to do is things that I want to become better at. So the next part, I'm going to give you guys these back, but the next part is how do we get better at those things that we want to get better at? And that's where we're going to talk about SMART realistic goals, right? So SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable. What's the M stand for? SMART, manageable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound, right? So specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. So I'll give you an example of one that I read yesterday. So first of all, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? Make it small, little chunks. So yesterday, the example we had was somebody wants to learn how to catch a baseball in 30 days. So is that a specific goal? Is that a specific thing that they want to learn? Yes. Is it measurable? Can we measure if somebody can catch a baseball? Yeah, because we throw the ball at them and they catch it. So we can measure that. We can say, can you catch 25 balls out of 25, right? We can measure that. Is it achievable? You think that somebody can learn how to catch a baseball in 30 days? Yeah, most likely. Is it relevant? Does everybody here know how to catch a baseball? Mm-hmm. What happens if we go to a family gathering and all of a sudden they're like, hey, let's go play ball? Oh, I can't catch a baseball. We should all learn to catch a ball. It's just kind of one of those things, right? So is it relevant? Maybe it's doing a hip throw. Is it relevant to you guys to learn how to do a hip throw? Yes, we're doing jiu-jitsu, okay? So little things like that. Time bound, we said 30 days. We're gonna learn how to catch this ball, okay? Now, how do we chunk that out? How do we make little pieces to do that, right? Well, maybe first you need a baseball glove. And we need to learn how to open and close it, right? I know when I was teaching my son how to catch a baseball, he had a hard time opening the glove so the ball would go in it. He would open it like this and the ball would hit and fall on the ground. You got to open the glove. So maybe it's practicing, first of all, to open the glove. Do we start from a far distance and throwing at him? No. I did that with my first son and he couldn't catch the ball and he hit him right in the face, right? Felt kind of bad, right? So I learned we start from closer, okay? Throw the ball maybe every day, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We start slow until we get better and better, and then we can increase our distance and increase our time, all right? So what I want you guys to do is you're gonna take your homework back, for those that I have. You're gonna look on here, okay? And you're gonna work on your SMART realistic goal, right? So which one of these do you want to work on? Make it specific, right? Make sure that it's measurable. Somebody here has French. How can we measure if you've learned French, Anna?
If you can speak.
If you can actually speak and hold a conversation in French, right? And is it relevant? Is it achievable? Yes, it's achievable. Is it relevant? Yes, that's what we're doing, right? And time bound, we just got to give ourselves the time to do it, all right? So SMART, realistic goals.